I walked into this fancy little place called Spaghetti Kingdom. The waiter smiled and said, "Table for one," and I instantly panicked. I looked around and replied, I don't know. Am I alone or just emotionally independent? Do you have a table near a plant so I can pretend I'm not totally alone in life?" He nodded slowly and led me to a seat next to a potted fern. At least the plant didn't judge me. He handed me a menu and said the special was creamy garlic spaghetti. I froze. Cream? Garlic? My two greatest fears after commitment and group projects. I asked, "What if I'm lactose intolerant and I just haven't discovered it yet?" He stared at me. "Then maybe don't get the cream-based pasta," he said. But I wasn't done. "But what if my trauma from 5th grade has been blocking my cheese tolerance this whole time? Maybe I am fine with dairy, but emotionally, I'm not ready for that journey." He just blinked and asked if I wanted water. I said yes, but room temperature, not cold. Cold water reminds me of my ex. He didn't ask for details. Wise man. A few minutes later, he came back. "One spaghetti coming up." But of course, I panicked again. "Wait, can I change it?" He said, "Sure. I'll have a grilled cheese, but like emotionally grilled. I want it to have been through something. Maybe it was melted while listening to Adele." Eventually, he brought the original spaghetti anyway. I stared at the plate. Something about it felt personal. I whispered, "Why does it look like it's judging me?" The waiter leaned in and said, "Because it's spaghetti. It's tangled, like your thoughts." I gasped. "Oh my God, it's me." By the end, I was just talking to the plant, explaining how spaghetti reminded me of all my life choices. The waiter walked over and said, "Sir, you've been talking to that plant for 20 minutes. You need to leave." So I stood up, looked at the plant, and whispered, "It was never about the food.